It's Lee.
Possession.
Lee, if you step out from behind the desk, read the card first.
When I ran out of petrol with my kids in the car, the only way I could get to the nearest garage quickly was on this.
Yeah. Pop that down there, sir. Brilliant.
So where did you break down?
I broke down just after this round, crying. It was a country lane.
Whereabouts in the world?
It was just somewhere around Oxfordshire. You're from Oxfordshire, aren't you?
Yes.
Let's change that. It was somewhere just around Oxfordshire.
And this was in the car?
This was not in the car. This belonged to a farmer.
Belonged to a farmer?
The smallest, campest farmer you can imagine. So I run out of petrol, we're in the middle of nowhere, I pull over near the hedgerow bit.
Yeah.
And then I remember passing a petrol station back there.
How far? A mile? Half a mile?
About a mile and a half.
Mile and a half.
A mile and a half, and you didn't just think I'll walk a mile and a half.
No, it's not, it's 3 miles, isn't it? Because you've got to get back as well.
That's
Got
true.
you there, isn't he?
Yes. I have to say,
What
though...
with you all Oxbridge and everything, and him having no education, that's quite embarrassing.
But still, 3 miles, that's not that far.
3 miles is a long way when you've got children in the car crying.
Well, hold on then. If you did 3 miles on it, you can definitely do 4 yards. So let's have a look at you on the bike.
And then, let me finish the story. And I remember as I came back with a petrol canister, falling off and damaging my leg and vowing that day never, ever to ride one of the things beasts again. Would you like me to demonstrate me riding the bike?
I think so.
I'd kill you for this.
Go around the back, round to the side of Sarah, you can do it from there.
OK, I'm not feeling as young as I used to be, so I may not be able to do a wheelie. Right.
Is it all coming back?
And you had the petrol can as well, of course.
Petrol can! It's all right. Ow! I've gone over the... I've got the petrol can! I'm coming, kids! Kids, I'm coming! Stop crying! Tell your mother not to divorce me! I've got the can! Yes.
Just like that,
Now I can see it would have been a big help.
Can I make a comment? You're very out of breath.
Yes, I am.
And you've done 1 lap of this. Now, you're telling us that you cycled 3 miles.
Yes.
Do you remember having a coronary arrest at the end of the journey?
I was a lot younger in those days.
Why? When was it?
This was just after Christmas.
Lee, what are you doing?
I'm thinking in a minute I'm going to go wheelie the bike to the edge.
They're saying in my ear it seems like a very bad idea. I say let it have a go.
Oh, they're saying to you this is a bad idea. How do you think I feel? What, you mean the day people have said pretend that you stole a child's bike and went to a petrol station and they're saying I'm the one with the bad idea? Can I just say, Rob, come here. You with your little body. Come on.
Will you help me onto it?
Right, I'll sit here and do the easy bit. Right, I think I'm just going to make him cycle round for a while. I'm doing Rob Brydon.
Oh.
Fair play. Do you want me to help you onto the seat? Oh, jump!
Thank you. So, while Lee brings that huge bike back up, what are you thinking?
Stop me if you object, but I think we're going to say that it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie? All right.
Yeah.
It is, in fact...
a lie! For 3 weeks, I carted an empty box around
without realising that what I bought wasn't actually in it.
David's team.
Right. What was it? What did you imagine it was?
What it was a... No, don't let me lie. It was there was a plastic Christmas tree.
That's what you thought was in there?
Absolutely.
For 3 weeks.
But that's something you open quite quickly after buying it, a Christmas tree.
No, it's about the suspense, isn't it? Christmas is all about suspense and...
I don't think it's all about suspense. Because, in general, when you buy a box that you think contains an artificial Christmas tree, you just assume that it does. You don't go, oh, I wonder if it's really in there. Because if you're seriously wondering if it's really in there, you'd check before you left the shop, wouldn't you?
Yeah, maybe I'd chosen my words not very wisely. Some of it got lost in translation.
Where did you buy it, by the way?
At Argos.
As you left the shop, did it not occur to you that it was quite light, this box?
Yes, but what? Yeah, but now it gets interesting. No, because shortly before that, I'd started doing yoga to increase to improve my core strength. So I didn't think any of it. I thought in such good physical shape, I can lift that box without it straining me.
The queues at Argos are huge.
Yeah.
How long was you in the queue for?
For ages.
So it was a few weeks later that you opened it, ready for Christmas. Nothing was in there. What happened next?
Well, I kept the box, didn't I?
So you went on to have this Christmas without a Christmas tree in your flat?
I actually, believe it or not, I did use the box instead of the Christmas tree.
As a tree?
Because there was pictures of a Christmas tree on the outside.
The saddest Christmas ever.
I have one further question.
Yes?
Why were you carrying this box around with you for 3 weeks?
When I say I didn't take it to social occasion, I didn't say to do we want to go down the park? And then the box at what, end of November? Far too cold. So,
I did not ask you whether or not you socialised with the box.
I tell you what, I took the box into town with me on one occasion. I went all the way into Leicester Square with the box.
Why, on the occasion that you were going into Leicester Square, did you take it with you?
That is a very good question, David. Yeah. And I shall give you the answer. Because the box and I were going to do a comedy show.
On how many journeys did you take this Christmas tree, other than the one from Argos to your flat and the one from your flat to the comedy show in Leicester Square?
Can we just keep it a bit lighter? He's not up for a war crime.
Not on this occasion, anyway.
David, what do you think?
What do you think, Sean?
I'm sort of having it, a little bit. Because anything you buy from Argos, even if it's a big wardrobe, it doesn't weigh anything when you walk out with the box.
Are you an Argos man, Sean?
I used to be.
Really?
Big time, yeah.
What stopped you?
Fame.
Tom?
I think it's a ridiculous story. But, I mean, he's a canny fella.
So, should we go for true?
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
We're going to say true.
All right. Henning, truth or lie?
This story is true.
Last summer, I lost a tennis match when a bee buzzed up the leg of my shorts at a crucial moment.
Please, team.
Right.
What was the crucial moment?
Match point.
What was the score at that point in sets?
I'll be honest, we only played one set.
And what was the scoring games at that point?
At that point,
Yes.
the scoring game
I think you know what I'm asking you, David.
was
All right.
5-4.
To you.
3, 2, 1, I'm going to tell you. It was 5-4.
To you.
No, I lost.
Oh, I see, a crucial point.
Right, so, did this bee sting you, or did he come in, have a quick shufty and exit?
A shufty and exit.
Well,
so,
did he exit out the other leg?
Or was anything blocking his passage?
Do you play regularly?
I don't really know. I used to play more regularly, but I've
What
now I play.
standard would you say you are? If 0 is someone that's never played in ever, and 10 is Boris Becker, what are you?
What's 1?
Tim Henman.
Well, in this case, I'm probably a 0.3.
Would you give us a demonstration of your serve technique?
Oh, yes.
It'd be lovely, I think, for Lee and his team. If they had an idea, they look at this serve, they say, well, there's a guy who wouldn't be bamboozled by a bumble, or maybe he would.
I have to say, I think this is totally pointless. I'll do it.
I like a man who joins in with the fun.
I'm so sorry. This is just a waste of your time. This is it. This is the racket in my right hand.
David, why don't?
I'm so sorry. Rob. OK, caught it. Ready?
You're not going to fire it at me, are you?
I'll
Aim it over there.
I'll zing it down that way.
Please do, yeah.
OK?
That's barely going to go over the net.
You don't believe I serve like that?
No.
I want to see your feet off the ground and put something... I want to see you grunting.
Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Got a ball, have you?
You went over there. All right, ready?
Right, go on then.
I'm going to grunt.
Go for
I'm
it.
going to put my back into this.
Go on then.
I'm going to show I want it.
You're doing that with your hands, you're trying to get rid of the bees.
I'm bouncing the ball.
That's how you congratulate a small child. Well done, son. You did very well.
OK, and...
That was lovely, thank you. That was lovely. That was more than we could ever have hoped. Thank you. What do you think?
He doesn't look like a tennis player.
He probably has picked up a tennis racket. I don't think he's claiming to be at county level.
He doesn't look like he will be at any level.
No, but he...
I think that's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Yeah.
Rick?
I think it's a lie, because he would... Maybe a bee flew up his shorts when he was having ice cream, but he definitely...
That's the most belittling thing I've ever heard on this show. OK, we're saying it's a lie.
OK, David. Was that the truth, or was it a lie?
It was a lie.
Once a week, I go for a walk on my hands.
These two.
Right. Why?
Because I've always been able to do it.
How far can you go?
I don't know. Well, I once went about... 60 yards.
So once a week you do... What's on average?
Oh, I don't do that every week. I do a little walk around a room every week.
Please don't take this the wrong way, but you don't look like an athlete.
That's kind of you. That's very, very, very kind of you. What does an athlete look like? I mean...
Not like you. Well, in fact, none of you, let's be honest. So you have this ability. Is this something that you do publicly or privately?
I do it. I did it at my wedding.
What, you walked down the aisle?
Afterwards, at the reception. I walked to the side of the stage and my son put a rose in my toe and I walked back and gave it to him.
I'm glad it was your toe. Well, what are you thinking about this?
Listen, I've not read this card out, but I could walk on my hands if I had to, under pressure.
No, you couldn't.
Is there a paramedic?
Here we go.
You won't be able to do this. If you have not done this before...
I genuinely have never tried to walk on my hands.
There's no way you can do this first go.
No.
Wait.
So, not good enough.
I haven't... Shut up.
No. No.
Fair dues, it's not as easy as it looks.
So what are you going to say, then, in light of your pathetic attempt?
Lee has now given me the capacity to believe. So I'm going to say, yes, true.
So Lee doing that?
Yes.
You thought Lee's on the verge of getting the hang of it?
I thought it was closer than you thought, wasn't it? There was a moment where everyone thought he might be able to do this.
No, there was no moment. There was no moment.
There was a moment when I thought you were going to kick that gentleman in the face.
What do we think, Maggie?
I think it's true.
Well, I'll go true as well, but he better do a demonstration.
All right, then. Jason.
Yes.
You walk on your hands once a week. Truth or lie?
Well, it's actually true.
And now, of course, we have the delightful prospect. Oh!
I see you copying my technique there.
Yeah.
To keep fit every morning, I do just one press-up, one sit-up, and one star jump.
Please, team.
Well, it's clearly working.
Do you know what? I'm going to take that on face value. Thank you very much.
Why don't you do more? You can manage 2 of everything, surely.
No, because it's in the bathroom every morning.
Right.
And I've never been very good at physical fitness. I don't enjoy it. But what happened was I thought I'll start by doing one of each, and then I'll build up slowly but surely.
Yeah. Do you press up on your fists or your hands?
Well, my hands, because I'm not insane.
On your hands?
Can you do press-ups on your fists?
Yes, I can. Yes, yeah, I do about 50, 60, 70. There's no end to my time.
Whoa, really?
You mock what I do.
That's right.
But
yes,
he does 60 press-ups. I do 1. Who's in the better shape?
Well, hang on. He's climbed Everest. What have you ever done?
1 sit-up, 1 press, 1 star jump.
Could you demonstrate how you do it for us?
Why don't you pop yourself just there?
All right, so...
Show us. Do you go into this in a sort of giddy way, or do you warm up? Because I find...
I warm up?
I find when I wake up in the morning, it takes me a while before I reach my full potential. I can't just go at it hammer and tongs. I have to stretch a little bit, make sure all the extremities are working.
This is another detail as to why I do it in the bathroom, because I go for a shower, I take my boxer shorts off, which I sleep in, so I normally do it in the...
nude?
In the all-together, yes.
Yeah, OK.
Well, what order do you do them in?
Press up, sit up, star jump.
Well, you've got a
so I do
system.
strength followed by cardio.
Go on, then, do your press up.
Ready?
Yeah. We've been ready for a while, Josh.
I'll be honest, normally I have my inhaler, so this is a gamble.
Are you this reticent at home in the morning?
No, but normally Lee Mack's not sat in the corner making jokes at me.
Whoa. I'm never there. Never there. I just want to make that absolutely clear. Can I ask you a question, Josh? Sorry. Do you live with anybody?
Yeah, my girlfriend.
Oh, OK. Not true. It's a lie.
So walk in, close the door, walk across.
So, whoa. You live with your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Why do you need to close the door?
Oh, because, come on, how emasculating is my exercise routine?
I don't know. We haven't seen it yet.
I do think as well, Lee, it's very important to keep mystery in a relationship, if you want to maintain the magic. If you parade in front of your partner without a second thought, I think the magic can slowly diminish.
Well, I'm lucky because my wife is blind.
I think she's the lucky one in that relationship.
All right. Right, walk in, close the door, and then...
All right.
Straight down. Into the press-up.
One.
Round.
Ooh.
Into the sit-up.
Straight with that one.
Do you remember, back in the day, those, in the Rocky movies, the training montages?
Yeah.
That's what's coming back for me when I watch them.
Have you been doing this for long?
Yeah, 3 months.
You seem to be struggling a bit on the sit-up.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. There's a...
By the way, you may have to at some point.
There's a ridge under the bath that I can normally stick my toes under, so I use that.
Oh, so you even cheat for your one sit-up?
Brian, does it ring true?
Yes, it does to a certain extent. I mean, because I sleep naked. As
you what?
As nature intended. And I've got lots of animals. I have a Jack Russell female that absolutely adores me, and she sleeps between my legs. And she wakes me up by scratching my privates.
Yes.
Just check, have I had a blackout and we're talking about something else?
So Brian thinks it rings true. Kevin, what did you make of it?
I think it's silly.
But it's working. You've got to see that it's working.
I think it might be true.
Well, I have to go with my team and say true, then.
Wow, OK, true. Josh, truth or is it a lie?
It is a lie.
It is Lee.
Possession.
Right, under the desk is a box. So pop it on the desk very carefully, like that.
I've recently got into baking, and here's a cake I made yesterday, especially for David.
Oh. Oh, it ain't bad, is it?
Let's have a proper look at that cake. That is uncanny.
It's got all of my thousands of teeth.
Why don't we see how close a depiction it is? We have the technology to do what they call split screen. Look down, camera one. OK, so talk us through what's gone into making that cake.
Well, what do you want to know first?
How you made it.
OK. Right, first of all, I made the cake bit. Let's call it the cake bit, right? You made the sponge. That's the word. I made the sponge
How
first.
do you make a sponge?
How don't you make a sponge?
How do you make a sponge?
Now, let's do how don't you make a sponge. OK, what you do is you get your eggs and your flour.
Of course.
And then...
How many eggs for a sponge of that size?
I would say for that size, the bottom bit...
Or the other bit, really, they're the same size.
Oh, no, they're not. They're not, David. Your bottom is a lot bigger than your top are. For the bottom, I use about... I would say I use about 6 eggs for the bottom.
Nadia, 6 eggs for the bottom, yes or no?
So 12 eggs altogether?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I didn't say how I'd made the top sponge.
What temperature did you bake it at?
The room was room temperature at the time. I preheated the oven at 180 degrees because it's fan-assisted, so I knocked off 10% for that.
Oh, right.
Does that sound right, Nadia?
Almost convincing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You knocked off 10%.
You always do knock off 10% if it's fan-assisted. I'm just going to have a little lick of your moustache, David.
I hate to say it, Lee, but you've slightly spoilt my present.
Wait till you eat it and you pass out and wake up in my cellar.
So, 6 eggs per sponge.
No. 3 eggs per top half and bottom half.
OK.
All right.
How long do you leave that sponge in?
I would say... What I tend to do is I don't do it the traditional way of timing it. I keep a good eye on it, and I wait till it's sponge-like and take it out.
OK.
It takes about... I'd say it took me about...
Half an hour,
40 minutes.
I mean, unless you bake, you don't know when you've got a fan-assisted oven...
It's difficult, isn't it?
When you've got a fan-assisted... He seems to know. He seems to know that bit of... You seem to know that bit of information, which is... Not everyone knows that.
Well, people are stupid.
Yeah, well...
Let's go to the centrepiece, the crowning triumph, which is the wonderful visual depiction of David. How did you approach bringing him so vividly to life?
Well...
Talk us through that.
Well, I started off... I tried to do you.
Here we go.
But that came out very bitter.
Lee, even though you violated David's face, who would like to try a piece?
I'll try some.
All right. Now, what flavour is it, just so we know when we taste it?
It's a sort of... It's an orangey citrus invention.
OK, here we go. Here's the first slice. This is going to Diane.
Yes.
There you go. And then Bob.
How would you describe the flavour, Diane? I won't be insulted.
It's very dry.
Well, it wasn't dry when I made it last week. David, would you like a slice of your own head?
Yeah, Nadia, you be the judge.
Listen, don't hold back. I can take it.
You can all have this. It looks like cake and it tastes like cake.
But it acts like a carpet.
It's dry enough for me to believe that you might have made it.
What are you thinking, Michael?
I think that he's been doing a bit of baking. I think he's made it.
I think it's bad enough for him to have baked it.
Whoa!
And Michael, you also think...
Unfair.
You also think he did it?
I think he did.
Yeah, I think maybe... This is cutting your eye.
You know, often on this show you say I don't see things from your point of view. Well, let's...
Was it the truth, or was it a lie?
Well, actually, it is, in fact, a lie.
I once set a sauna on fire.
What? How?
I was in Brazil.
Of course.
And I was in the sauna and I decided to pour vodka
Oh, my God.
on the rocks of the sauna.
Because you thought that's what vodka on the rocks was?
Yeah. No, I tell you, how it started was my friend told me I was in Cornwall, of all places, and my friend said...
Can I jump in here and say, did your parents know you were drinking?
I wasn't a minor. I was 18 and a half.
Isn't 18 and a half 18 once you get to be an adult?
Well, no.
That's so true. Who says 18 and a half?
You're in Cornwall. I was in Cornwall, and my friend said to me, if you go and lie in the bath and pour vodka in it, like a shot of vodka...
In the bath?
In the bath, it gets you drunk. I didn't go and do it, but then...
A shot of vodka in a bath?
Because of the fumes, it gets you drunk. So I was in Brazil travelling, and my friend had a sauna in their apartment. So I was left alone, I've
heard about these Brazilian slums.
So you're left alone in this flat.
I was left
with
alone.
a bottle of vodka, and you thought if only there was some way I could use this bottle of vodka to make me become drunk.
Where were you in Brazil?
I was in Rio.
Ah, that is in Brazil. Yep. Tick.
Solid answer.
Continue.
In Rio. I was in a foreign country. I was young. I was experimenting, so I thought, why not experiment with...
Why did you look at me when you said you were experimenting?
I decided to take the bottle of vodka into my sauna and pour it onto the rocks. As I poured it onto the rocks, it went into flames and it burnt the sauna.
So you poured it onto the rocks, and immediately what happened?
So I poured it onto the rocks and started to flame. So
Just one shot of it, or the whole bottle?
The half a bottle. So
half a bottle of vodka?
Wow. Yeah, no,
At 18 and a half, you change the rules. So, and so the fire engines turned up and we...
No, hang on. We've missed a beat here. You're in the sauna. You've poured half a bottle of vodka onto the rock things. Flames are appearing.
Yes.
You're sitting there. What are you wearing?
Well, I was going to go...
They've told me to make the show sexier.
I was going to go in naked because I thought that's what you do, but I actually put on my swimming trunks. So I wore swimming trunks in there. But
How low down your leg did they go?
Mine are slight. They're not
some
too
inches
long.
above the knee.
I would say about 7 inches.
Above the knee?
Above the knee.
If you go 7 inches above my knee, you get to my waist.
Nice.
So you're sitting in there, in your trunks on the slats, and the flames have started. What do you do?
I thought the best option was to pick them up and throw them...
The rocks?
Yeah, because I thought that... Yeah.
They must be boiling
Oh, my
up.
God.
Well, that's what I found out, obviously.
You mean you found out? You must have suspected they were hot, because you knew they were producing the heat, surely.
But you were in that panic.
No, not even in the panic do I go,
bear in mind, he was 18 and a half.
So I try and pick up the rocks to throw them out the door and realise they were...
Out of the door?
Yeah, well, because there's a... What else is there?
Because you really wanted at this point to spread the fire through the rest of the apartment.
What's on the other side of the door? The hall, the living room? What?
A lovely balcony.
I know you can...
So you want to throw on the passers-by outside?
Nothing says Rio like a falling, flaming vodka rock.
My thought process was to pick up the rocks, throw them out the door, and it would have been fine. However, they picked up the rocks, they were too hot, so they fell on the ground, and the fire went. And I
How
thought...
can you not know that the rocks are... Are you so posh?
Lee, I told
Are you so posh you don't understand the concept of coal?
Have you ever cooked something and you've gone, oh, this one, open up the oven and gone to take it out with your hands?
No.
OK.
So, David, what is your team thinking about this?
Claudia?
I think it's true. Apartment, balcony, he's waiting for everyone to go, trunks on, vodka there. Finally, everything comes into place.
There we go.
Yeah. Finally, a chance to put my trunks on. Everyone's out.
What do you think?
I'm on your side. Doesn't matter.
It's interesting to know.
So what are you going to say, then?
I think we'll say
I
true.
think true.
OK. Jamie, were you telling the truth, or was it a lie?
It was true. Ooh.